Hello everyone, welcome to Sam's Books Review. And today I'm gonna review the book named The Shadow Rising. This is the fourth book of the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan. And I have finished reading this book and I am very excited to share my thoughts. And let's be clear, this is not my immediate review of this book because I have read this book somewhat 5 days ago. Because I do have suffered from a mouth ulcer, I can't able to make video last week. So I am going to review this book today, and I hope I won't miss any points today. Okay, the overview of this book, after Rand has lifted Kalador, the whole Isle army is at his back, and they got a need to support him all in all his ups and downs. He got a need to unite all the Isle clan so that they can be able to fight back against the Dark One in the last war. And in the first starting of this book, Rand and Matt does approach the redstone door frame where they have been guided to go to Ruindin or else they would literally die. So they do, and they do go to Ruindin, and Egwene also accompanies him because she does meet Amis, who has been a wisdom of Aveda's clan, and they can able to teach her about the dreaming. So she does also goes to Ruindin, and Nynaeve and Elaine does goes to Tachio in order to stop the plans of Leandrin, whatever they are up to, they got a need to stop them. And Perrin, he's been the favorite in this book for me. I will talk more about him later. He just goes to Aemon's field to safeguard his family from the White Cloaks, who has been known to attack them. So this is all the plot progresses in this book, and my overall experience of this book. Uh, I haven't read any book which such a long words count. Um, I have read Dance with Dragons, where somewhat the book is somewhat very large, but I have read in two separate volumes. But here, in a single volume, I haven't read any book such as this high word count. The page count is somewhat really high in Stephen King's It book, but yeah, according to word count, I think this is the longest I have ever read, and this is amazing. Literally, I'm not speculating anything. This is actually good compared to the last three books. This has been good. All the Wheel of Time series always progresses. You can be able to love the one book better than the before one. So and but I don't get it because more than 60% of the people when they ask about what is your best Wheel of Time book, they would say that Shadow Racing is their best one. But I don't know. I seem to disagree with this because this book does have some faults also. This is good, but I don't think this would be that epic. Given that there are still some 10 books ahead in this series, I think some of them will overtake in this book for sure, in my opinion. So, if you have read some of my, if you have sorry, watched previous videos of me, you would have seen I have read about the pros and cons after this. But even reviewing about about those videos, I I quite didn't love the videos because uh, this doesn't have a good theme, so I got a need to review as a spoiler and a spoiler-free review. First of all, the spoiler-free. If you have already read this book, jump to spoiler review. I will give you that the time frame. Okay, first of all, spoiler-free, and just talking about this book, I do thought this would jump into the whole a lot of plot with nothing to introduce. They can able to go and there would be a lot would happen, but this does start from the scratch. Again, it starts from zero, and the new problem again arises. Rantis got a need to go and unite all the IL, and Nynaeve and Elaine, got a need to chase after Leandrin. They didn't know what it is. So again, the plot starts from starting. So and actual Wheel of Time series starts from this book, I guess, because the last three books does have a more of a similarities between the Lord of the Rings, but here things is quite different. Robert Jordan does makes his own way of telling the story, which is quite good. I started to love this. And talking about the spoiler free, I just love to talk about Forsaken. And I do thought Robert Jordan are going to follow the J.R.R. Tolkien type of series with just one dark one, have a unified dark forces, thus orcs, everything just going and attacking the main protagonist. That is what I expected from this book. But here, the Forsaken, they are just humanly characters, right? They do have their own motives in this book. Man, I just loved. There are only three Forsaken has been introduced in this book, but I'm quite loving it. I do started to read Fires of Heaven also. I love their conversation actually. So actually, the Forsaken, I do love to see them in the point of view characters, so that I can lo- love them or hate them even more. They do have some inner conflicts, right? Inner conflicts are more important in a storytelling. That just makes the character to grow from uh, top, bottom to top. So let's see. I hope things would be better in the upcoming books. And there are some brave decisions it's been taken. Um, it is not like a bad guys die and good guys survive, just like in the Lord of the Rings. Why I am bashing Lord of the Rings in this video? So, okay, I will make the separate video after some time, but let's stick with this book. There are some payoffs, and I quite loved it. This doesn't mean uh, here there are the bad things that does happen to the good characters also. So a promising sign ahead. And the pacing of this book is somewhat really good from many of time, but sometimes it does feel it's not again it feels like slog, and some of the writings are very complex. The IL clan, there are a lot of IL clan being converged at the last, and you can't able to get the point who are all fighting who, and why what is their actual conflict. Robert Jordan does mentions all the characters in a single chapter. That is somewhat slightly frustrating. It is slightly complex to follow, and yeah, that is what I can able to mention in the spoiler free. Now let us get into spoiler review. So if you haven't read the book, please leave. First of all, I got a need to talk about Selene as Latvia. Man, this definitely came out of box. Even in my previous video, I do mention the Celine is somewhat slightly awkward. She can be a evil one, but I can't able to judge her because she also helps Rand most of the books. So I do thought what is actually about her, but she doesn't want to take down the dark one, and she wanted Rand to be the top of the all with her side. Man, I just love this. The Forsaken and the motives. This is where the actual Wheel of Time starts. Just laid it. That whole sequence has been amazing. The battle at Tyr and the Lanfear confronting Rand. It's totally amazing, guys. This is the first twist I do have seen in this series for sure, and the conflicts has been spectacular, and Rand and his three lovers. I do thought the three lovers could be Egwin, Selene, and Elaine, which I guessed right. But here things were different. This takes a totally. took me totally out of surprise. And and seeing Seven as one of the lover, it is just a bit awkward now. And Rand is still boyish in this book. He can't able to do anything more in this book, even though he does have a lot of chapters. He failed in this operation by uniting the isle. But yes, a promising sign. He's been a king, and he's not a shepherd boy anymore. He's have progressed, but still he's somewhat a dominant boy who can't able to fight back the dark one. A good character growth, but still, I don't quite love them. um, After all, the whole sequence that Asmodin, Landfair, and Rand, they three confront each other, and their talk has been amazing. Somewhat a perfect ending. The book's ending is spectacular. Um, After I do have some problems like Matt and Egwin doesn't have a good screen time in this book. They are just side characters. With Rand being there, they can't be able to flourish and they can't able to develop their character anymore. This is somewhat disappointing. I do wanted to see more of Matt in this book. That would have been good actually because the last book of Dragon Reborn has been very promising, but no one does mention this. No one does mention about Matt in this book. And when the booktubers seem to forget him, let's hope. And I have been reading the Fires of Heaven. Let's hope there will be a good screen time for him. And I'm somewhat little bit not get the point of Nynaeve and Elena chasing after the Black Aja because they two are just accepted, right? How can they able to fight back all those 11 back Aja even more with just Tom and the thief catcher by their side? This is somewhat a plot hole for me. I didn't quite get it. And Nynaeve can able to fight back against the Forsaken man. How could she able to do that? And at last, Leandrin or there's no one to fight back Nynaeve at last. They just easily escapes Tachino. That is not really good actually. But yes, I loved their character. Elaine and Nynaeve does have a lot of character progression in this book, but this does have a lot of plot holes to be honest. And for the last of all, I just wanted to mention about Perrin. If someone asked me who is your favorite character, by now I would say without any doubt it is Perrin. He just lost his family, right? I didn't expect this. I do expected Robert Jordan to follow Lord of the Rings type, and everyone does survives. But here, that is a total surprise for me. Oh God, this is not what I have expected, right? And Perrin and Filey, they two both look good together in this book. Actually, the last book, I don't quite get the relationship, but here they two are really good. I think they should have confessed their love by the end of Shadow Racing, not the Dragon Reborn. That would have been a really good. And the war sequence between the Trollocs and Aemon's Field has been really good. And the White Cloaks conflict has been amazing. And I hope I do see more of that. And Pardon Fane, I do want to know more about him. They are just amplifying him without any action actually involved in him. He does makes uh, everyone believe in him and want to fight back against Perrin, but she's not looking that much terrifying right now. Uh, but I don't know how the series is going to progress. Let's hope. something good happens after him. Um, and the last but not least, this is also a plot hole, in my opinion. Min characters in this book has been quite good, but Swin Sanchi, she's been still. She's been Amiral seat, right? Elida can able to make her go to the prison with ease. I don't quite get it. I thought the Amiral seat would be more powerful, but here nothing is things doesn't go in the way I do have expected. And is that I am the only one who thought gone to be gone? GAWIN, okay, not GONE. So that guy, I thought he is a childish character. He's a milky-faced boy. I started to imagine him like that. Seeing him like this is totally out of surprise. And Igwin also loves him. Uh, I started to imagine the things quite differently by the look. Uh, this seems really awkward, guys, and I need to just imagine the people in the right way. So yeah, that's all for the review today. And the overall rating for me, I would say 5 out of 5 for sure. Because in the last book, I did mention right, I am not slightly confused between ranking 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. But thankfully I do rank Dragon Reborn book 4 out of 5 because this book is lot better, very lot better. And if we just rank them in the same points, it would be not good. So yeah, this is solid 5 out of 5. Yeah. And this is a promising sign. This book is somewhat really very promising, and I just want to complete this Speed of Time series, and I hope I would do because of this book. So, yeah, meet you soon. I will meet you in Fires of Event review a week after this. Thank you all. Bye bye.